One simple change to any sales letter can be the difference to making $0 and an absolute fortune. So enough with the introduction. Let's get started. So here's what we're going to do. I'll get right into it. So I'll just take folks from the audience. So this whole thing really is just a live, like, okay, let's write copy together and let's make it awesome. We've got someone who has bravely volunteered. So this is what we're going to start with first. And I'm not even going to read it. Here's how we're going to rewrite this thing. So I'm going to take this. I'm just going to do the old copy all. All right. And I'm going to go to Ojoy and then rewrite it. All right. So here we go. I'm going to talk to it. Hopefully it'll pick me up on the mic. You never know because we're recording at the same time. I'm going to paste a long form direct response sales letter below. Let me know if you can read it. I don't need you to do anything else yet. Just tell me that you can read it. Here's the sales letter. All right. Again, I just don't feel like typing. Whenever, like, I don't know, maybe this is a theory, but for me, when you go like from talking to typing, now notice, I just pasted his whole sales letter in here. When you go from talking to typing, it like takes you out of the creative mind frame and into the, oh shit, I got to make sure I'm typing properly. So I think talking to this is a very big deal. So it's like, yeah, man, I read it. Great. Okay. So our second step, whenever you want to like look at a sales letter, whether it's yours or a client's or whatever, and see if it can be improved, especially if what you got ain't working, you do this. Now, I'm going to ask it, please read the entire sales letter and outline all of the important points that it makes and do it from the perspective of being a direct response copywriter. I don't need you to include a lot of the actual content. Just give me the overall outline of what it's selling, how it's selling it, what the benefits are, etc., and do it in the order in which they appear. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this is because y'all don't want to watch me read this sales letter. Y'all probably don't want to read this sales letter either. All right, there we go. Okay, so it'll read it, and here we go. All right, so now what I'm going to do, please make the outline again and just expand a little bit on the story and lead and the core benefits and the proof elements and the FAQ. I want to see what we got in here. Now, the reason I'm doing this, again, is to make sure it's got the right structure. But our next step, once I understand that it has the right structure, which it does, is I'm going to have AI find the coolest part of this offer for us, like the most unique and compelling angle. And then we're going to be like, okay, let's see if it's like actually, if it's right and if we can make it cooler. So now our next phase, incidentally, I outline this for you in in our little training, like, so if you use Ojoy, you click that purple button I showed you, and I'm showing you how to do what we're doing right now, but it's cooler to do it in real time. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to say, okay, now I want you to act as if you were a world-class, hardcore direct response marketing copywriter, specifically for long-form sales letters. And I want you to analyze this sales letter, and I want you to focus very intensely on the promise and the benefits and how the product actually delivers the benefits. And I want you to find me the coolest benefits and the coolest marketing angles that we could possibly use to sell this. What really jumps out at you is being something that the audience would find the most irresistible. All right, so we'll do this. And the reason this is important is because it's like having a second set of eyes on your stuff. And this is trained on a lot of direct response stuff. We fed it like all of my material. So it thinks like me, but smarter and less insane. All right, we got angles. I like the 15 minutes. And I like the anti-system system. Okay. What do you think about combining the concept of simple 15 minutes along with the anti-system system? And based on the tone of the letter, who do you think this letter is for? Now, the reason I'm asking this, who I think it's for, is so we can adjust our messaging specifically to meet that reader's emotional state and mental state. I know I'm going fast, y'all, but I just, don't want to waste your time and I don't want you to get bored. So hopefully you can see everything and we're all good. Okay, so if we accept the fact and agree that this is specifically to help burned out work from home parents actually get stuff done and they really are sick and tired of traditional productivity systems, and that all of your other observations are correct, how would you rewrite this letter? I don't want you to write it for me yet. I want you to give me the outline of it and the general structure and the main points that you would make. Now notice there's something I didn't share with you, and so while it's doing this, I'll share something with you. The trick to AI copy, I've learned this. All right, this is the magical AI copy formula. It says it right there on the screen, okay, is we want to get a rough draft made of a letter. All right. And we don't want to care. Like when it writes our first sales letter for us, we don't want to worry about how it sounds. We just want to make sure it's got the fundamentals, such as this magical framework right here. Damn it. Get me out of pen mode. Select. All right. So if we can just say, here's what I got, here's what it'll do for you, and here's what I want you to do next. If your sales letter has these components and it's got a guarantee and stuff in there, then you're pretty good. And the reason I'm making a big deal out of this as being the very first thing that we do is because most folks who write with AI and use either, sometimes I'll make the same mistake with Ojoy, is they'll say, write me a sales letter that sounds like Frank Kern about this program. And you get so focused on the tone that you miss out on the stuff that actually makes it work. It's like you're focused on the salad dressing instead of the actual salad. Weirdest metaphor ever, sorry. Okay, so here we are. It's given us a little bit of an outline here, and let's just make sure we like this. This is great. So I'm just gonna have it write it, all right? Okay, let's start writing the letter. The one thing that I want to make sure that we do is I don't want to misrepresent anything. So please don't make anything up in terms of the story or anything like that. Base all of your assumptions about the product and the offer and the benefits, base that on what was included in the original letter, please. But let's go ahead and start writing the draft. Okay, and this is an important one because, AI can sometimes get a little bit creative, so I want to tell it not to. Alrighty. So watch this. I ain't even going to read this yet. All right, because our magic formula is this. We're going to write the rough draft first, and I'm not going to care how it sounds. I just want to make sure the structure is there. Then we'll make it cool. Okay, nobody. Everyone does it backwards. We're going to do it forwards, I guess. Okay, so here we go. I'll paste this in here. All right, so we have the beginning of our rough draft. All right, and remember, we don't care about how it sounds yet. Whoops. And I'm just going to say yes. I'm going to let it keep on writing the rest of it. Now, Shepherd will ask you if it wants you to write the next section. And the reason it does this is because it doesn't want to use too many points on you. So that's why it's just writing it step by step. So I'll try to go quickly for this here. All right. Okay. Okay. We got it right. This one. Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. So now I'm going to copy this SOB and watch this. Okay. I'm going to paste the sales letter that you just wrote below, and I want you to read your entire sales letter that you just created And I want you to read it as if you were a highly trained, world-class direct response marketing copywriter. And I want you to give me 10 headline and subheadline ideas. And I want you to make them very hard-hitting. Like, use every bit of direct response marketing knowledge that you know. Use every trick in the book. But give me 10 incredibly good headline and subheadline ideas that we can use for this specific letter. I will paste the letter itself below. All right, now this is where it starts getting kind of cool. All right, notice we haven't worried about how it's writing and everything, and I'm assuming that all of this is factually accurate and stuff. Okay, ooh, almost forgot to paste the sales letter. Put this in quotes just so it knows for sure. That was the sales letter, and then blammo. So all we're looking for is headlines. Some of these might be good, some of them might not be. I'm not really worried about it yet because I'm going to get it to write even more. I'm not even going to read them. I'm going to do this. Okay, that's great. Now I want you to make these 5 times more compelling. I want you to use every trick in the book. I want them to grab the reader by the throat, metaphorically speaking, and make it so even if they were walking, sprinting, because they were late to witness the delivery of their firstborn child, they would actually stop at the sight of the headline and go back and read the letter. It would grab their attention that much. Remember who you're writing for. These are stressed out, overwhelmed, work from home parents who can't seem to get anything done. Okay? So give me 10 more ideas, but just crank it up. Now, imagine if we had to prompt that, it would. There's no way I would write that as a prompt because I'd be like, okay, blah, blah, blah. So whatever tool you're using, make sure you can talk to it. So we're going to get us some headline ideas. All right. So let's see, y'all. What do we got here? This is before it went crazy. Now let's look at our original one. Take back control. Not a bad headline, really. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so let's see what we got. Ooh, this could be good. This could be good. Don't want to have that in there. Okay, now let's look at these crazy ones. Confessions of a failed work from home mom. Man, mom is so good. All right, let's see. That's good. I like this one. Let's see. Oh man, this is good too. I like this. Number 2 is good. Damn it. Okay, it really is doing great. Oh dude, come on. This is a good one too. This is great. We got to choose one for the sake of what we're about to do. So I wanted to use just this one crazy one. Let's see, not the mental breakdown, although damn, that's good. I'll do this one. All right. So because it says parent, and we could do this with any of them, by the way. And I'm just going to type this one. I know I said no typing, but it would have just been a pain in the ass to do it. Now we could choose any of these, right? It doesn't really matter. But this next little step here is what makes it super gangster. So check this out. Okay, now what we need to do is rewrite the opening of the letter so that it matches the style, tone, and promise of the headline and the subheadline. So we need that headline and subheadline to flow perfectly with the opening of the letter. So we need to rewrite that opening so it matches that writing style. Now we're turning this bitch into a beast. This was why I was like, let's not worry about how the sales letter sounds yet, as long as it's factually accurate. This is solid, especially if we formatted it, made some subheads and everything. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to say yes to all of these, all right? And I'm going to get the new rewrite over here. So, where are we? Our rough draft. Now I'm a little bit of a dork, so I always put little line breaks in here for the version 2. Okay, I'm going to see your friend here. Just alrighty, give it that little thing. They gave us, okay, copy, yes. Now we're going to fire this down a notch too. I'm getting more here. Let's see, where's our okay. Well, we can go to actually have a vision. That's what I'm going to say. You're probably good. Perfect. Here we go. Okay. So how can we make this even more gangster? Well, if I wanted to, or if Taylor wanted to, or if anyone wanted to, we could train this thing now that we've got it kind of, in my opinion, a little more harder hitting. And we could have it write like anybody we wanted. You get this little prompt on how to train it to write like anybody you want to. So we could go back here now. Now, let's see. I'm going to paste my prompt here. All right. So what I've done, I'm using the prompt. These are the instructions. Here are some samples of me writing. Write exactly like me. And you can do this with any writing sample you want, but we could also have it rewrite this letter using my writing style or someone else's writing style or even your own writing style. So try the intro. There we go. So now this is writing like me. You could have it write like anybody you want to using that prompt in there. And I could just say yes, and it would build, more and more of the sales letter. But this is how we do it. This is how you take copy that your copy, first of all, Taylor, it wasn't bad. But we can make it cooler. Now, watch this. First, actually, before we do that, a close stack is a way that you repitch. It's in our sales letter writer. It's just not publicly released yet. But an apples to oranges close stack is when you take the price of the thing, in this case it's $27, and you're like, what can you get for $27? A bunch of bullshit. Which would you rather have? A bunch of bullshit or this other cool thing? Now this ain't released yet, all right? I'm going to paste a sales letter below, and I need you to write an apples to oranges close stack for the offer that's in it. This will be released shortly. Let's see if it'll do it for me. Right here, this is the name of the first draft I ever wrote with it. I could not freaking believe it. Okay, so this is a close stack, all right? And so we're building this in, like, as we speak. It's just in a different little section that no one else can see yet. So you're in your final PS. We've made the pitch. You can get this thing for $27. And now look what we've got. Let's talk about what this $27 investment really means in your everyday life. It's less than $1 a day for the first month. Think about the cost of a single K-cup coffee you brew at home, except that coffee gives you 15 minutes of caffeine, while this gives you your entire life back. All right? Think about it. You spend $5.99 on streaming subscriptions to escape reality for an hour. You drop $14 on lunch delivery because you're too overwhelmed to plan ahead. You shell out $4.50 for that drive-through coffee just to survive another chaotic morning. Meanwhile, for just $27 once, you could transform how you work and parent this is strong as fuck. All right. What else costs about $27 these days? Blah, 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 blah. None of those things are going to solve the problem. None of those things are going to give you back the time. So that's what a close stack is. We just haven't glued it in there. So within, I don't know when, he's probably waiting on me to push it and ship it. But there's a whole new sales letter system that has this in there. So I would write that. I would include that. And I'm going to slap that in our freaking rough draft here, man, because that's solid. P, 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 S. That was just 2 P's. Boom. What the hell is wrong with you? $27? Are you crazy? What do you hate your children? There we go. All right, so I'll get rid of that. Kablam. Now, strong like bull. So let's do another one. Let's take, anyone have a landing page that's not working? I can copy and paste. Let's do the Gallstones one. So this is a sales letter for Gallstones. Okay, cool. All right. Let's come back over here and we will make a rewrite party for Gallstones. I've got a new chat right here. And we're going to do it in Project Shepherd again. I'm going to give you the sales copy from a landing page that sells stuff that helps people with gallstone issues. I want you to read every single word of it and outline the overall premise of the sales letter and include the main benefits and tell me a little bit about the product. Do it from the perspective of a direct response copywriter. I don't need you to write anything yet. I don't need a ton of information. I just need to see how it flows and what it's saying generally. Again, no fancy prompt here. Okay, so it's going to read it. All right, and it'll tell us what it's all about here. And I don't think I see the price, so let me just have a look. Okay, now see, we got stuff going on here. We got a lot of stuff going on, which is not good because there's too many things to do. $97. Okay, cool. Alrighty, where's our thingy? Read through the copy and elaborate on the benefits as much as you can while sticking to what's actually in the copy itself, please. And elaborate on anything cool about the main products. And it looks like we've got multiple things. So what I want to focus on is selling the paid guide and ignore all of the other stuff that's on that landing page. So let's read through it again and give me everything that's related to the possibility of selling that paid guide. Remember I told you, I was like, there's a lot of stuff going on this landing page. Like, this is going to confuse them. So I'm going to have our homie here. Oh, I don't actually need to do anything. Read it back, and let's just find the stuff that could help us with selling that paid guide. All right, what you're about to discover is that the copy, the original sales copy that sells the Gallstone thing that was on that landing page was super vague, and it didn't actually give us any answers in terms of how the product works or explain really any specific benefits about it. So I'm going to chop out the parts where I'm going back and forth and trying to extract anything from the copy. And we're just going to jump straight to the part of how we fix that. Okay, on with the rest of the video. Let's go. All right, let's do the best with what we got. But man, we can easily find research about natural remedies for gallstone pain by just coming over here, going to Research Buddy. I need to find academic research papers and or medical research papers discussing natural and or homeopathic treatments and methods that eliminated gallstone pain and helped eliminate gallstones. Boom. So I'll just show you how to do it. But again, if it's not in the product or if this isn't jiving with what's actually being sold because it's kind of vague, what's on the site, then we wouldn't use it. I just want to show you how to find the tools here and how to incorporate them into your letter. Limited thing, okay. We do have some stuff like this study right here and this study. So we could use these because we do have actual case studies and then another one about olive oil. So in this case, let's see. Okay, so I would do this right here, and I would go back to our chat there, right here, and I would say, I'm going to paste in an article about natural gallstone relief, and I want you to read it and see if there's anything that we could potentially use in this letter, assuming that the product that we're offering advises to do the exact same types of things that the article is mentioning. So let's just make that assumption. And with that in mind, find stuff that's usable. What we can do now is we can give some credibility based on studies and be a little bit more specific. So, quote, there we go, kablamo, and we'll see what this thing says. And I would do it with all of those papers, by the way. Nice. And now it even gives us key marketing angles. This is great. Okay, so this is very helpful. So I want you to take the original outline you just gave me about the Gallstone product, and I want you to outline a sales letter that you would write for it and how you would incorporate some of what we have just learned from this article into your letter. And again, we're going to assume that all of our claims that we're making are true in terms of what's actually delivered in the product itself. Now, I should be doing this for every page that it looked through, all right? Because I went through 5 different websites, and I would want to find every possible thing that we could. And if I needed to go through 5 more, I would, all right? But now we've got the makings of a sales letter. Okay, please please begin writing the letter and understand that it sells, the thing that it's selling is a digital guide for $97. And yeah, that's it. So that's the thing that it's selling. So begin writing the sales letter, please. Now we would do the same process. I just want to see how it starts, and I want to do a comparison. Okay. So let's look through that. And now let's look through this. All right. So you can tell we have a real sales letter now, and it's clear. Again, I don't know what's in the product, so I would be very hesitant to just blindly publish this thing as a sales letter because I don't know if we're living up to what's in there. But this is going to out-convert the other one. And another thing we could do, incidentally, is we could take the book, the digital guide, and we could feed it to Project Shepherd and say, read this whole thing, give me all the benefits to it, and then we could write a sales letter based on the book. That would be the easiest thing to do. We could also do that. That would work. But this is how we would fix that sucker. And we do the exact same thing, and we can write it hard-hitting and crazy or whatever style that we wanted to use. Oh, we have the book. All right, cool. Check it out. So I'll show you how we can do this. Open for me. Okay. So I don't like to upload the entire book. I like to copy and paste. I'm weird like that. And really, in general, super weird. Okay, so this is the book. All right. I'm going to come back over here. Get out of there. All righty. Is the actual digital guide. Please read it and outline a sales letter that sells it for $97. Now we've got it. Look. So this is actually based on the book. Beautiful. So now we could, in this case, we could elaborate if we wanted to, but I don't want to spend forever on it because you guys get the idea. You'd say, please write the first section. And we'll see what it says. Now we're just staying true to the book itself. Beautiful. So now we've got a sales letter, dude. Based hell, I should have asked you if you had the book in the first place. That would have been a lot faster. So it read the book. Now it's going to write the sales letter for you. So I would do that and change your writing style once it's done. You know what I mean? Okay. Thank you for sharing the book with me. That's awesome. All right. Let's find another one. Let's find a landing page. Who's sending stuff to a page that's not working and we need it to work? That would be awesome. So if you have a sales letter that is not working and we need to fix it, let me have it and let's see if we can fix it. Where'd it go? Okay, my man Russell Potts. Okay, so This is it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and opt in. All right, this is the sales page. Okay, this next part is so cool. As you're about to see, the sales page that we're going to fix doesn't have a lot of copy on it because it's mostly video. And I didn't have time to transcribe the video like right there live during the webinar or anything. So we're going to take what we've got on the sales page you're about to see, which is like 5 paragraphs of copy, and we're going to turn it into a badass sales letter without even having to rely on the video. This is unbelievable. So pay attention because this part is really cool. So first thing I would do, notice we have a video on.
Hey, Coach.
I would transcribe this sucker to be like used in the sales page, but we don't have time for that, and that's okay. So let's go through here. So let's do a new one. I'm going to paste a sales letter below that sells a course on how to be better at coaching football for $7. And I want you to read the sales letter and outline it for me. So here's the sales letter itself, but I don't have that video transcription, and that would help a lot. I love that. I'm offering this discount because I feel like it. This is great. Okay. So we're going to work with what we got. All right. Okay. You're a long-form direct response copywriting and advertising expert. Read this sales letter and find the most compelling benefits and aspects of it. Find like the marketing angle and the benefits that are most likely to make the reader stop in their tracks and like think to themselves, I have absolutely got to have this. And let's assume that our audience is primarily male and they are experienced football coaches and they want their teams that they're coaching to win more games. And let's also assume that they're relatively skeptical, jaded, and they don't have a lot of time. Okay, so this is going to think like a marketer for us, you know? So here we go. Okay, now my assumption is it's saying like, hey, it'd be great if we had this, right? But we don't have that. It's probably in the damn video, but that's okay. All right, I want you to rewrite the sales letter based on your outline. And for now, let's just leave out the missing elements that could make it stronger because we don't have that data. So let's do the best with what you can, but let's not lie. Okay, so please don't make anything up. And let's go ahead and rewrite it, starting with the first section. Okay, now remember, we're not going to care what it sounds like right now. I just want to make sure we got the fundamentals. Here's what I got. Here's what it'll do for you. Here's what I want you to do next. It's going to know to put the guarantee in there anyway. All right. Okay. This is good. All right. So I'm going to copy. Going to come back over here to our new rough draft about the football. All right. Let's see. Scroll down. Oh, okay. Got to put my line break in there, y'all. Okay. Kaboom. Can't stress it enough. Don't worry about the tone when you're doing the rough draft. I don't believe we have a guarantee in there. So, watch this. Let's make a PS that restates the offer, restates the benefits, and then adds a guarantee, which is, hey, if you don't think this is the greatest thing you've ever bought that can make your coaching incredible, let me know and I'll give you your money back, and you don't even have to give me back the book. How's that for fair? Something like that, because we need a strong guarantee. I didn't see one in there. Okay. Russell, 16.9% ain't so bad. All right, but let's see. This is Landing page is getting 16.9% opt-in rates. It's not so bad, but it could be better. All right, so I'm going to paste this little, where'd you go? Our little PS down here. And you'll never guess what we're going to do. We're going to do the same thing. All right. I'll add in the part about the 2 championships later. Okay, I'm going to paste the entire letter that you just wrote below. I want you to read every single word of it, and in your capacity of a world-class master long-form direct response sales letter copywriter, I want you to give me 10 headline and sub-headline ideas that make the reader stop in their tracks and just to the point where they just absolutely have to read this letter. Use every bit of your knowledge and power in terms of coming up with these headlines. Remember, these are typically male. They're probably jaded. They're probably frustrated. They might even be embarrassed because they're on a losing streak. They don't have a lot of time, and they're very skeptical. Okay? And they might even have a little bit of an ego issue. Like, who the hell is this person to tell me how to do coaching? So this is who we're writing for, all right? So we don't have to expressly say any of that, but that's who we're writing for. Give me 10 great headlines and sub-headlines. I'll paste the letter below. So I'm going to give it its own letter. Probably don't have to, but I'm weird like that. I like to put a colon. I don't know why. I'm just wacky about a colon. That sounded weird. That's not how that did not come out the way it was supposed to. Okay. I'll put a little end quotation mark there. Boom. All right. So now it's going to give us some wacky headlines. Let's see. All right. So we're going to do that same thing we did last time. Okay, now I need 10 more headline ideas, and I want you to make them like 5 times more outrageous. Really drive up the curiosity, really drive home the benefits. Understand these people are very skeptical, and they're very jaded, and they may be very, very frustrated, but these headlines and subheadlines need to be so outrageous yet factually true that if this coach was running to watch his first child be delivered and he was running late and he's physically running down the road, if he saw the headline, it would actually stop him in his tracks and he would have to go back and read the letter. It needs to be that strong, okay? So give me 10 of them like that. Do your best. Now, you don't have to be like that obnoxious when you're talking to it, but I like to be obnoxious. So what can I tell you? Banned in 3 states. Oh, this might be cool because I stole this from the Hall of Fame coach. It says right here, secrets I learned from the master. So, of course, you never want to like just take the AI stuff and run it without editing it, but I'm liking that one pretty good. Okay, let's see. This is also a good one. These are all like, I like all of these. I just don't know if they're real, but I'm going to choose like this one right here. So I like this headline and subhead that I'm going to paste below. Again, I know this might not be like true. So like, please don't, make stuff up. Paste. There we go. All right. Now it's going to tell me that I'm a genius. You have such great taste, sir. You're so smart for liking that. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to tell it. All right. Now we need to make the intro of the letter match the style, tone, rhythm, general attitude, and promise of that headline and subhead. So I need you to rewrite the intro so that the headline, subhead, and introduction all flow together. And this is now how we turn it into a hardcore direct response style letter. And you can always dial it back. You don't always have to write super aggressively. But this is like kind of the magic formula is you get your rough draft first, then it reads it, then it finds the headline, then it rewrites it. That's been like the super duper method. All right. And if we wanted to, we could even mess with the style a little bit like this. I like this. I just want to rewrite this intro and keep it at like a 6th grade reading level. I don't want to change any of the points or any of the feeling or anything like that. I just want to keep it at like a 6th grade reading level and make it really simple. And obviously keep in mind that we're writing typically for men over 35 years old who've been doing this a long time, and they're generally frustrated and jaded. I don't know. My football coach was pissed off all the time. All right. So now we've got I don't know if this is true, but it probably is. I don't know if that's true either. So we want to make sure. All right. But this is okay. Kablam. So now we can continue with the rest of the letter. So continue with the rest of the letter in this style. Boom. Now, we could do the apples to oranges comparison, and the close stack, which would be great. We could put that in there. Like I showed you earlier, hell, let's do it. Let's take it and make this thing hardcore and do a close stack for it. I'm going to paste a sales letter below for a $7 book that helps football coaches do better at football stuff. Will you please write an apples to oranges close stack for it? It costs $7. Make it very, very aggressive. Now, what's cool about this is this close stack is one of, I believe, 12 that we have. This is just happens to be the one that I've programmed in here. But no one has access to this yet, but y'all will probably today or tomorrow. Look at that. Let's get real about what $7 actually means in your daily life. That's great. And let's try something just to see. Can we add another type of close stack that somehow challenges their manhood? Like, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of losing $7? Are you that uncommitted to victory that you're going to worry about 7 measly little dollars? It's guaranteed anyway. You have nothing to lose. Do you want to keep losing? Is that why you've been losing so long that you just assume that you're going to keep losing? Like, let's try one like that. Now, who knows what this is going to give us, right? Like, I didn't program it to do this, but this is kind of the beauty of the way Alexander codes. Kind of a genius. I have nothing. I just come up with ideas and he makes them happen. Dude, look at this. Come on. This is nasty. I mean, it's like, it's a punch in the gut, Let's cut the nonsense and talk man to man for a second. What are you really afraid of here? Losing $7? Seriously? You'll drop $50 at the bar without thinking twice, but you're hesitating on a guaranteed championship winning play that costs less than a sandwich? Is this why your team keeps coming up short? Because you're too scared to pull the trigger when victory is staring you in the face? Oh, I love this. Okay, this is beautiful. I'm going to copy all this stuff, and I would never say this to a football coach in person because I don't want to lose any teeth. But this strong like bull, really, gosh. That is gnarly. So let's pop that over there and I'll get that in here too. This is freaking solid. Okay. Where were we? My rewrite. Bam. And guys, that's without us knowing anything about the damn product, right? Like, we don't know what's in the, let me put the little extra PS in here. Whoops. Because I think there was already a PS or PPS. We don't even know what's in the damn videos and shit, right? So we're just like basically saying we have this thing that's cool, and if you don't buy it, and you're fucking stupid. So it's pretty good, especially with the limited data. I like that. That is very, very, that's working for me. I'm an excitable fella. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a copy guy, Okay. This is great. Let's see here. And we got one more to rewrite. You know what? Before we do that, let me take this. And now in this same thread here in Project Shepherd. Let me get rid of that thing. I keep forgetting to leave out the part where it's talking to me, you know. Let's see, something, there we get it. All right, okay. I'm going to get it to write us an email sequence for this, okay? So check this out. Because you got to have email, right? Like, what are we going to do without the emails? Because he's getting people to opt in. 16.9% of them are opting in, right? I'm so thankful that y'all are giving me stuff that is not about like how to sell coaching to coaches that sell coaching to coaches, by the way. Thank you for giving me cool shit to work on. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. Now, watch this. Okay, I'm going to paste the finished sales letter below for you to read. And what I need you to do is I need you to read it, and then I need you to write me a series of emails for it. And the emails are going to be done over 3 days, and they are a countdown sequence. And what's going to happen is we want them to go ahead and buy now, because let's just say the emails start on Friday, because at midnight on Monday, so when the clock strikes 12 a.m. on Monday, it's going to go from $7 to $49. So they need to act now. So I want you to read the sales letter and then write a series of emails that start on Friday and they end on Sunday evening at 11:30. That's the final notice email. I want 2 emails for Friday. I want 3 emails for Saturday. And I want 6 emails for Sunday. And I want the level of scarcity and intensity to increase with every single email. And that's the thing, all right? They can get it for $7. It's guaranteed. They don't even have to send it back. It will help them. The price is going up to $49 if they don't order before the deadline. Okay, so this is what I need. Keep the sentences short, easy to read, make it aggressive, very persuasive. Let's hit it with it. Don't let me forget to put the sales letter in there. So now what we got, all right, and this is what can completely change a business, by the way, is, hang on, I'll forget what I'm doing if I don't get this thing done. Here is the sales letter for what we're selling in this email sequence. I know I'm typing. I said we weren't going to type, but you shouldn't believe marketers. Okay. So what this can do right here, all right, is we got 16.9% of people that hit this are opting in, according to my man. All right. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Let's say we never beat this. All right. Well, I wonder how many people are buying from here. Probably more than none, you know. But if we up this sales letter and make it good, and then we put a gnarly deadline sequence in here that starts on the Friday after they opt in and raises that price up, so there's a big old countdown timer on there, you're going to make more money. You just have to make sure that you're not lying to them. Like, you really do need to take the $7 version off for that particular user. I recommend something like Deadline Funnels for that. Now, look at our email sequence here. We got the whole thing. Kaboom, boom, pow. Here we are. Now notice, like, it's not too heavy with the scarcity yet. It's more benefit driven. Still not too heavy with the scarcity yet. Still not too heavy with the scarcity. And let's see if it starts getting heavier. I like these emails, by the way. So we're on Saturday. We're not supposed to drive them too crazy on Saturday yet, because you're going to get most of your orders Sunday night at like 11:30, you know. It's just the way humans are. Okay. A little bit stronger on the scarcity. A little bit more aggressive here. And now, scarcity. Look at that, boom. Scarcity, 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 benefit. Straight out of Mass Control, by the way. So like program this thing to write like we would do the deadline sequences in mass control. So you lead with value in the beginning and then scarcity at the bottom. And then at the end of your deadline sequence, you lead with scarcity and then there's value. And then your final one is just pretty much pure scarcity. So scarcity, scarcity, scarcity. A little bit of a challenge here to the ego. Look at that. Are you going to tell them it only costs $7? Will you tell them you passed it up? It's beautiful. 12 hours left. Great. All right. Heavy scarcity. Beautiful. Scarcity, 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 scarcity. Kablam. And we didn't end up, I didn't put in the part about the two championships, but that's okay. We could edit that. All right. Here we are. Sunday evening. 4 hours left. Final warning. Kablamo. Now I would change that subject. I would just say warning instead of final warning because it's not. This is. All right. Dude, you're done. Let's make those changes. I don't know what the video says, so we would probably want to transcribe it and go through the same process using those transcripts so we could even get even more benefits about what this thing does. But now you got a freaking deadline sequence that grabs them by the hoo-hoo. Consensually. You can't just go around grabbing people by the hoo-hoo. All right, we're not the president. But grabs them by the woo-woo and makes them want to buy. And I love that challenge. Like, what are you, a fucking asshole? Like, what are you thinking? I would never say that to somebody in my life. But in a letter where they can't punch me, I'm a little bit more, aggressive about it. Let's see. Y'all are looking stoked. All right. And then there was another one that looked cool. And this is a consultant. Yes. All right. Nice. Okay. Let's have a look here. I wonder how this is converting now. So this is a page I would not want to drive traffic to unless they already knew me. So I wonder what we got on our home page here. Okay, so I'm going to take a little creative license. All right, where's that page? Oh, I guess I'll just go crazy and hit the back button. All right. I'm going to paste a landing page, and the purpose of the landing page is to get people to fill out a contact form and book a meeting. Yeah, so I believe the purpose of this thing is to get people to book a meeting. I need you to read it and summarize all of the benefits that they can expect from booking that meeting. Okay, what we're going to make is we're going to make us a big promise page. All right. So I'm going to take creative license here because we don't really have much to go on, but this is all right. Let's give Andrew's phone number out here in public. Sorry, dude. Well, you gave me permission to do the site, so you're cool. All right. Let's see. Y'all don't be messing with my man. Okay. Yeah, dude, it is. So Shepard's job is to ask and extract things from you. I'm just trying to bypass that function and make it work. All right. What's the big promise? Is there a big promise? What's the point of booking the meeting in your opinion? If you were an online business owner who's seen it all and nothing was working and they're frustrated and they don't believe anybody, what stands out here as being the most compelling thing? And we're taking creative license here because there's just not a lot to go on. And I'm going to create a big promise page for my man. And I'm going to make it with the assumption that he can live up to the big promise. He probably can. All right. So we got us a problem here. Trying to see what our promise is, Oh, well, I guess it's I'll help you get more clients. Okay. So, all right. I want to come up with an offer where we're basically saying, have a phone call with us We will outline a plan to help you get more local customers using Google. And if needed, we'll even analyze your current Google results and help you fix them. And if you don't think that your conversation was valuable, I'll write you $100 check on the spot for wasting your time. And during our conversation, which is free, we will, and then you see on the page where it says our PPC methodology means we do the following. Just tell them we're going to give them ideas and or do that stuff, like conduct a thorough analysis of your services, do in-depth keyword assessment, plan and develop advertising campaign structure, etc. But the main purpose is we're going to help you with Google Shed, and it's going to be awesome. And if you don't think it was awesome, I'll write you a $100 check on the spot just for wasting your time. And then we want to let them know that the reason we're taking this gamble is because we think they'll be very impressed, and we think that the value we provide for free will be so great, especially in comparison to anything they've ever experienced before, that they will probably want to become clients. And if they don't want to become clients, that's fine. No pressure. Okay, now I know that was long, right? There's no possible way in 10 million hells I could have typed all of that out and told, like ChatGPT or something to okay, here's what I want to do. I overthought it. I don't know if y'all do that, but I do. I've got overfocused ADD. It's awesome. It's not awesome at all. Okay, so this isn't the copy. It's like, all right, is this what you want to do? And yes, this is what I want to do. And I want to disclose the fact that the reason we're doing this is because we believe they will get so much value from this that they will want to become clients. And if they don't want to become clients, that's okay. But that is our quote unquote secret plan. This method has only worked for me like a gazillion times, by the way. It's called an irresistible intrigue offer. It's what we're writing, basically. Yeah, okay. This is my internet. When you get that network error, that means we got an intranet problem. Surprised I'm not all am I coming through okay to y'all? Y'all hear me all right? Is it getting weird? Is it pixelating or anything for you? Okay, sweet. So now it's giving me good landing page copy. All right. Yeah, I need a headline that's basically something along the lines of, we will bring you local clients from Google, or we will help you get local clients from Google, or I'll give you $100 check on the spot, no questions asked, and then segue into a bit of a letter, not a long form sales letter, but we need to make it more than just bullet points. Again, this is slightly different than our usual process because we didn't have much to go on, and I have to change the offer here to really make it more compelling, because this page is just there's a thing, and if they don't know you already, then it's going to be kind of hard to get this to convert. So that's why I'm getting a little bit wild and loose. Great. Okay. So we have a nice little professional tone here. All right. We could make it sound crazy if we wanted to. We could do the headline thing like I showed you how to do. But I think you get it, right? You understand it. And this will convert a lot better than the other one. And yeah, if we wanted to, we could even, I need to add a caveat to that letter, which is, hey, this isn't for everybody. If you don't have a local business and you're not already getting customers and you're not using Google, then this isn't for you. We can't multiply zeros. Something along those lines. And also, since we're writing more stuff, make that hard hitting. Let's just make this a little bit more hard hitting in terms of direct response. Go crazy. Those are the vaguest instructions, by the way. Make it hard hitting. But that's what's cool about this thing, is because it's programmed after listening to like a gazillion hours of me freaking rambling, that it knows what that means, you know? There you go. All right. Now we're getting there. See, this is not for everybody. So now we got takeaway. This is great. So depending, Andrew, I think that's the dude's name. Sorry, man. Yeah, Andrew, I mean, assuming you would actually talk like that. Like, I wouldn't want to change your character in your writing by any means. But now we've got something that's going to grab them and get their freaking attention. And this is likely going to work profoundly better than the current version right there. So there we go. That's how we rewrote that one. And that's a solid irresistible intrigue offer. And of course, if you've got, like let's say the form's around like here, like this would be where the form goes in your copy. If you got a testimonial wall we could put under the form, that would make it even better, But that's going to beat the ever living hell out of this thing, for sure. Like we got our clip art lady. She says, look, I have a blank phone and I'm pointing to the thing that says success. So I ain't hating because I've made like awful websites myself, but this will convert better for you. There's one other little thing I'll show you that's cool that you can do. And we can do it with this. I'm going to copy all this, paste it. There's another tool in here called Rewrite for like quick and dirty stuff. Didn't come out the way that I wanted it to. I need to hit new chat, sorry. Okay. And we're going to do it in this tool called Rewrite, and you'll never guess what it's meant to do. It can take lame copy and make it cooler. So I can just say, I'm going to paste some copy that's designed to get people to want to book an appointment with an agency that helps them get more clients from Google, and I need you to make it significantly better and more compelling, please. So this is, a much faster version of how to do this. And it's like which one you choose to use is really up to you. I almost do all of my stuff in Project Shepherd, but here we are, this is significantly better copy right here. Now we don't make the irresistible intrigue offer in here. We're literally just taking the copy that was already on the page and just making it sound cooler. And then if you want to, if you just hate your reader, okay, cool. Now make that written like, or rather write that as if you were writing it like Frank Kern. So this is trained to write like me. Not all audiences like my kind of writing, by the way. So just, keep that in mind. So now it's writing like me. And incidentally, because this is coded differently than Project Shepherd, it will it'll make shit up. So you really have to watch it. Like, we don't know for sure. Where is it? I think it mentions that there's a local contractor. Like, unless that actually happened, we don't want to say that, So let's just imagine we didn't. Okay, that's cool. I need shorter sentences, and we didn't actually have like a local contractor do anything like that. So I don't want to say anything that's untrue. So just base everything that you're writing on the actual content of the page that I gave you. All right, we'll do this, and then I'll show you one more little trick. There we go. Okay, boom. And it'll hopefully rewrite it for us. Now let's see here. I'll show you where the purple button is. Just a sec. And so now we've got it. No mention of the guy, So, sweet. So that's how you use rewrite. Okay? And now I could say, Cool. I want you to write an email that I can send to my database, getting them to book an appointment with me about doubling their business with Google. And now I'm going to send an email. And we can change the tone of the email. However, I've got prompts and stuff on how to change the tone in this little Google Doc for you. It's right here somewhere. Where'd you go? Of course, I've forgotten where it is. Oh, yeah, right here. Boom. Kablamo. And then here's the prompt that you can paste to write like you or to write like anybody else. And here we go. All right, here's our email form. Pretty sweet. Okay, so that was the rewrite tool. And there's so much stuff that you can do in here that I think I'll like drive you nuts if I keep going with it. But this is how you write copy that like totally freaking crushes it. So thank you all for coming. This has been really, really fun for me. I like doing this stuff. I'm amazed that you're still here. The tool is ojoy.ai, which I'm so great at marketing. I just never even told you the website to go to. But you can take a trial of it free for 7 days if you want to. It's at ojoy.ai. It's awesome. And this is where you see the instructions, by the way. Here. So whenever you start a new chat, they're right here. And you just click that and it opens the sucker up. And I add stuff to it. Like this, for example. So there's all manner of like cool things you can do with this. And amazingly, we like really never get any customer support issues with this. So we don't have a help desk or anything. I just have this Google Doc and it works pretty good so far. So, hey, but try Ojoy if you want to. It's freaking solid. Don't use it like ChatGPT, damn it. All right. It's not how that works. Use it like I showed you and you'll be stoked. And you can also start from scratch. So I need to write a sales letter and it'll just start asking you stuff and it'll ask you about your offer and it'll write you a sales letter.